Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we are going to be continuing my top 10 countdown to my favorite champions, good guys, and heroes of all time. Now remember, this is not who I think is the best, just who I like the most. So without any further ado, coming at number 5, yes, number 5, already the halfway point. Coming at number 5 on my top hero countdown would be Jason Lee Scott, the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger and the Gold Zeo Triforian Ranger. I say Triforian because the Gold Ranger powers did come from Triforia, even though obviously it was a Zeo Ranger costume. Jason means a lot to me, and where he may not be the biggest or most dynamic character or hero there is, he means a lot to me because Jason's kind of one of the reasons why I got into karate. That's what a lot of people in Power Rangers were, but I was bounded to do karate no matter what. Jason kind of pushed me in that direction because Jason was such a badass. Jason emphasizes all what karate is about. He's a leader. He is forgiving of others. Make friends out of enemies. Only use your fighting in defense. Jason is essentially the ultimate ranger. Also, he's the most skilled ranger. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, Tommy was pretty skilled. Now, Tommy's good, but he's no Jason. Tommy has never beat Jason. Don't say, well, remember when Green Ranger showed up and beat the shit out of all the Rangers? Yeah, that doesn't really count. He came out of nowhere. Jason beat Tommy when he was Red Ranger to free him from the Darkhold. Jason tied with Tommy in the tournament, in a fight, and Jason also took on Tommy when Tommy was the Green Ranger and Jason had no powers. Jason is the ultimate ranger. He has the most skill out of all the Rangers. He's an incredible leader. Even Zordon said, you know, Jason, you turned out to be a fine Red Ranger and a fine leader. And it's true, because Jason is the best leader that the Rangers have ever had. Jason was also back in a time when the Red Ranger wasn't the whole show, where all the Power Rangers were kind of equal. I just like how Jason had that big brother persona to him, too. He was very kind, very compassionate. He always looked out for other people's needs before his. I also love Jason's costume. Red's my favorite color. I love the Power Sword. I love the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger costume. And at times, he was the most powerful Ranger there is. The Gold Ranger is probably the most powerful Ranger next to the Silver Ranger. You know, actually probably more so than the Silver Ranger. The Gold Ranger is ridiculously strong. He got that from Triforia, Trey of Triforia. And that's an incredibly strong power. In addition to that, Jason as the Red Ranger was... his skill made him a better Ranger, but he also got the Green Ranger powers at one point. So he not only had the Red Ranger Power Sword, the Red Ranger powers and abilities, but he also had the Dragon Flute and the Dragon Shield, which could reflect any projectile. He was just ridiculously powerful. But Jason was just one of my favorite Rangers. Now, a lot of people ask, how can Jason still be the Red Ranger? In Forever Red, he showed up again. Now, there's a lot of theories because technically Jason gave his Red Ranger power over to Rocky and then it was destroyed eventually. I disagree. I think the power of the Red Ranger was cloned and duplicated and given to Rocky because if you remember, their powers were transferred via the Sword of Power. It's not like when Tommy gave his power ring to Jason and it fused with Jason, where Kimberly gave her power ring to Kate and she became the Power Ranger and Kimberly was no longer the Power Ranger. Jason, when he transferred his power over to Rocky, he was still Morph when Rocky was Morph. So as a loophole, I think that Rocky got a duplicate power coin, while Jason kept the original, and that was the reason why Jason was still a Power Ranger. But yes, I can't really say more about Jason than what can already be said. He's an incredible fighter, probably the best. Great leader, great character. He really stands out for all the best there is when it comes down to martial arts. He's a leader. He's forgiving, he makes friends out of enemies, he's kind, he's compassionate, he has a big brother persona, and he's just a badass. He's just a badass. Now, like I said, Jason may not be the best hero out there, but he means a lot to me because he really influenced a lot of my decisions when it comes to joining martial arts. And as you may or may not know, I'm a 4th degree black belt, and martial arts is my life. I love martial arts. It's everything to me. So, Jason kind of contributes to that in a way. So like I said, it may not be the best hero, but he is one of my favorites. And, yeah, that's about it. So, as always, you can join the countdown if you want. It's always fun to have more people join in. It's always fun to see other people's opinions. I gotta go now because I'm actually having barbecue right now. Just remembered to do this, so yes. Anyways, with that said, that's number 5 on my countdown. Jason Lee Scott, the red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and the gold Zeo Triforium Ranger. So with that said, until next week, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.